Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our daily get-together live here on Facebook every morning at 10:30 in the morning, where we examine headlines, comments, ideas, suggestions, tips, questions about how to enjoy our lives here in Puerto Vallarta as an English-speaking community of locals. It is always a pleasure to get together with friends that are new and friends that are not so new. If you are new to these broadcasts, my name is Paco, and if you write the word new in your comment, we will be so very happy to give you a proper welcome. Also, if you have something really important that you want to bring up during the broadcast, we're happy to address it. And it's a lot easier if you add the letter Q to your comment. That way we'll be looking for it. And if we miss it, we will be so very happy to address it later on in the day. It's great to see everybody. Alan says, ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás, Paco? I love friendly Mexican hellos. That's a great way to start the broadcast and the day. It's great to see you all. Michael, it's great to see you. As always, you are a great friend to me and a great friend to the community. It was great to see you early this morning. Let's see who else is here. Carol started the day early. Oh, I'm envious with a lovely hike to the cross. Hiking up to the cross is definitely on my list of Wednesdays for walking. It's now cool enough that one can really enjoy this walk early in the morning, and I'm going to do this sometime in the near future. I'm looking forward to that. Margaret is in the house. It's great to see you. Eric is in the house. I wonder how things are going with your project, Eric. You guys must be pretty close from opening Bonito Kitchen at Hotel Cuales. Please give us some details if you have them, because we would love to come and check it out. And Logan and I have a date tonight along with other friends. We're going to go and have dinner at La Gallega. And then after that, we are going to go enjoy a performance of the Divas de Rancho. And I'll tell you about this later on today so that you can know about this local theater troupe that is trying to open up as we are all trying to get out and about in these days of pandemic, where we're wondering, if it's okay to be in the clubs and not. We'll have a little bit of conversation about that later on. What's shaking from Sacramento, says Mushi. It's great to see you. Let's see. Joe says, anyone who is alone or not feeling well, good vibes and virtual hugs. Absolutely. Anyone that needs a hug, we try to provide them here. And if not, I'm sure that Luna is more than eager to hug everyone or anyone that approaches her. Anyhow, let us get started with today. We don't have a lot of news, but we have a lot of commentary. Of course, today is Saturday, November the 28th. People have been shopping online, I suppose, and I know that some people feel very strongly, and I feel very strongly about shopping local, but then there's certain things that we just can't find here, which brings me to an interesting point. I mean, what is it that you miss the most living here in Puerto Vallarta that you cannot find locally? What are the items that you absolutely have to purchase online through Amazon or Costco or whatever service provider that you choose? I can tell you for my own personal point of view, obviously I need a lot of photographic equipment that, as much as I'd like to buy locally, you just can't find it. I may get into buying Butterfingers or something like that. But if there are things that you wish you could purchase locally, I'm not promising that I'm going to find them for you, but I am just curious. What are the things that you miss not being able to purchase locally. Well, we'll take a look at your comments as we go. JR says, my English tea. We all have little things like that we absolutely need to have. And I will share a couple of mine later on. Mario asks, Butterfingers. And yes, I must say, Mario, it's a shameless addiction of mine, Butterfingers. So every now and then, some kind soul surprises me with Butterfingers because you cannot find them in Mexico. They're like my favorite candy bar. Anyhow, enough about that. Let us take a look through some of our news today, and we'll come back to all these wish list items in a little bit. Oh my God, salt and vinegar chips. I love it. I love it. Well, we'll get to that. I'll come back to your comments. But first, let's take a look at some of the news that I have for you today. Well, as we mentioned yesterday, Governor Alfaro made a big deal about the fact that they are starting, his health team is starting to put things in place in order to be able to take care of the vaccinations once the vaccines become available. Of course, it's not uncommon that our governors or our leaders make these big announcements saying, oh, well, we're starting this strategy. And it doesn't mean much of anything yet. Of course, for Governor Alfaro, it means quite a bit because he wanted to be the first state in Mexico to announce that we are preparing a vaccine strategy. Of course, that was what he said. And he says that, let's take a quick look at the first headlines that we see related to this. As an aside, the state of Jalisco has just purchased another 60,000 rapid tests for COVID. But as far as the vaccine business is concerned, he said that the Radar Jalisco system, which is the system that the university is using right now to track active cases, is going to become the logistics platform that is going to supervise the application of vaccines once they become available. And that is the operating factor. We don't have any vaccines just yet, but once they become available, it's going to be this particular office that is going to take care of things. Radar Jalisco. Let's take a look. They continue to stress that the balance of the epidemic in the state of Jalisco has been very positive because 95% of the economic activities have been able to come back to business. Of course, we know that a ton of restaurants had to close and a ton of businesses had to close, but apparently those fall under the 5% that is missing. Then they say the next challenge is logistical. We want to start to get prepared. That's what they said. We want to start getting prepared so that we can take care of our share of Mexico's challenge. And Mexico's challenge is to immunize 116 million people and to apply 198 dosages of these vaccines. The University of Guadalajara has already specified that they have 69 freezing units, out of which 46 can operate at less than 40 degrees. I'm going to guess that is 40 degrees minus zero. It doesn't specify. But again, as I mentioned earlier, the news are sketchy. I mean, it is great to see that the government is getting their act together to administer the vaccines. But again, sharing these news also feels like, we're getting ready to be standing at the finish line for a race that hasn't even started. So we are going to hope that once the vaccines become available, that we'll have access to them, and the government will continue to provide details as to how, where, and when they're going to be distributed, and which will be the groups that will get top priority in getting the vaccines. And that's about as much as we have about this. Let me continue with another bit of news. Of course, oh dear, hold on just a second. Bye-bye. That's it. Of course, American Thanksgiving just came and went, and Christmas and New Year's are coming around the corner. And Anthony Fauci says Christmas and New Year's won't be any different than Thanksgiving. This is both a headline for the United States, but really for everyone that celebrates these holidays. Dr. Fauci has said, it's best to stay home. It's best to not travel. He said, for my own family, I'm saying we all had a really great Thanksgiving and Christmas last year. He said, we're looking forward to a really great Thanksgiving and Christmas in 2021. So essentially, what Fauci is saying is, don't be tempted to travel. And if you're going to travel, travel to a place where you feel safer than you are. Is Puerto Vallarta that place? Well, for some it is, for some it isn't. The bottom line is we look forward to welcoming people that come here because they want to feel safe. But in the context of feeling safe, we are looking forward to greeting people that are willing to abide by the local guidelines. Although I read increasingly that the guidelines here in Puerto Vallarta, that people are taking better care of one another than in other cities, particularly cities outside of Mexico. I'll be interested in reading your comments about this because it is somewhat comforting to read from people that just arrived in Puerto Vallarta that say, people are following more stringent guidelines here than where I came from. So I'll be interested in reading your comments to that effect. Let's see what we have in terms of comments right now. Thank you very much for that, Eric. Bonito Kitchen opens very soon. And when I see very soon with all caps, it means that Bonito Kitchen is probably going through mild executions of contractors and builders and people that promise things. And of course, they get a little delayed on things. So I'm hoping that your opening process, Eric, is going to flow as smoothly as possible. And hopefully, once you open, we will be very, very happy to visit. Interesting. John says, cannot buy saltwater aquarium fish or products in PV. There you go. JR uses mules. I use mules all the time. Satin pillowcases, says Betsy Ann. I love it. I'm going to volunteer one of mine. I cannot find liquid smoke to cook. So every now and then I'll have friends mule me little containers of liquid smoke from the supermarket. Nothing fancy, but it's an accessory or an addition to my cooking that I miss from my years in the United States. We have a fussy cat who needs a particular brand of hairball medicine. Interesting. Judy has a hard time finding pickles. I love it. I have a pickle, but you cannot have it. Well, you can look at them every now and then. Let's see what else. Many pickle remarks. I love it. Tony went to Senaduría Celia for pozole. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Never seen it so unoccupied. I find that very amazing to read because Senaduría Celia is one of the favorite local spots for pozole. But it's good to see that you were able to handle it and that it was not threatening in terms of what you expect when you get there. Randall says, we can never find brand buds. I'm not even sure that I know what that is, but I hear ya. I hear ya. Oh my God, though I thought I was losing my mind for a minute, Saturday or Sunday. Well, today is Saturday, I think. I think it's Saturday. Today is Farmers Markets Days, and today is also Libramiento Tianguis Day. I had every intention to go visit the Libramiento today to see what the market is like on this side of the city. But as you know, we're going to go to explore around La Leche and take some photographs so that we can talk about them tomorrow. Let's see what else we have. This is nice to know, Stephanie. I have to say that I've yet to make it to Bonito Kitchen. It hasn't happened, but it's definitely on my list of places that I want to go explore. This is comforting from Den. We feel safer here than back in Minnesota. This is wonderful. And I am pretty much caught up with your comments. So let us continue with the rest of the things that we have set up for today. And we start, what? You can find liquid smoke at Extreme Performance? I don't even know what Extreme Performance is, but I'm definitely going to look for that. Thank you very much, Dwayne. We are starting with the weather. It is 25 degrees. We haven't been 25 degrees this season yet, at least not at the time that we sit down to broadcast coffee and headlines. 25 degrees Celsius feels like 27. It is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is 67%. And that is a good thing to read. The weather forecast for today is, let's take a look. Today we can expect clear through the day. High temperature of 29. And we see that tomorrow is clear throughout the day, high temperature of 29, and Monday it is humid through the day. So we're going to have pretty lovely weather during the weekend. What are you doing this weekend, community? I'm going to spend the whole weekend editing videos for you and walking videos and things that I want to prepare for next week so that I can continue on this path of sharing my walking tours with everybody that wants to see them. On a day like today, some 29 years ago, our main throughway, Avenida Francisco Medina Asensio, was inaugurated. The first stretch of Medina Asensio, and from what I've read and what I've seen, the road was a one-way dirt road for many years, and then it became a two-lane dirt road, and eventually it was opened to one lane each way. And now, of course, we have this beautiful boulevard that connects our city with points north. But it's difficult to believe that this only happened less than 30 years ago. It's amazing to think that Puerto Vallarta was such a small place so recently. In terms of more headlines, I see that the local Church of Guadalupe continues to send out messages to the community and all the local Catholic community that we will have no celebrations for the Virgin of Guadalupe. I can't really use the word threat, but the church officials here in town have pretty much advised, not threatened, but certainly advised, that if people start coming to church and this exceeds the number of people they want to see at the churches will be shut down. They will close the Church of Guadalupe. So there will be no pilgrimages, no nothing on sale. This is a year to stay at home during the Virgin of Guadalupe celebrations. The traditional happy birthday that is sung to the Virgin on midnight on December 11 will be broadcast on live TV, on computer, wherever you catch your live broadcasts. And this is the way it's going to be this year. It is between us. It is a blessing in disguise because we always have a crazy traffic in downtown Puerto Vallarta when we have the pilgrimages and the processions going on. But it is also advisable for people to stay home. Let me also ask you, where are you today as far as face masks are concerned? I remember when we started wearing them, early on in the pandemic, we had to come up with tutorials on how to make one out of handkerchiefs and other pieces of fabric because you could not find face masks anywhere. Then businesses got smart and they started creating their own branded face masks. And for a while, I was having a lot of fun getting face masks of different colors and color coordinating. And of course, I wear sunglasses. I mean, I wear glasses. I wear all kinds of glasses. And of course, most face masks that I use are bound to fog my vision at some point or another. And I was really amused by these Guayabera style face masks that are being created now for fancy events. These look a lot like the traditional Guayabera shirts that you might be able to find in certain parts of southeastern Mexico. And of course, for those people that don't know what a Guayabera shirt is, the term comes from the word guayaba, which is Spanish for guava. And these are formal shirts that nowadays we wear for special events. But of course, Guayabera shirts are characterized by the fact that they have big pockets at the bottom, and they were used presumably by farmers to be able to throw fruit and produce that they would pick from trees into their pockets. So that's why they're called Guayabera shirts. And as you can see from this illustration, these fancy schmancy new Guayabera style face masks are beautifully embroidered. And they have little itty bitty pockets. I would probably want to put a condom in one of those tiny pockets. I cannot think of anything else that I would want to put in one. But the bottom line for me is, as much as I find these accessories to be, very cute and so forth and so on, if they're going to fog my glasses, they work nothing for me. So what I've ended up doing, and I'm going to recommend this shameless purchase from Costco, is these disposable face masks. They come in a pack of 50, and they're as plain and blue as they get, blue face masks. But the beautiful thing about them is that they have a little wire around the nose part, so that conforms to the shape of your mouth, of your nose rather. And this is the only way I can handle wearing a face mask for a long time. So if you have um, problems with fogging of your glasses while you're wearing face masks, we may have to put fashion statements aside and continue to use just the practical stuff. That's pretty much what I've come to do in the last few days. Let me take a quick look at your comments just to see what's on your mind. And let's see. Well, I see another comment for Liquid Smoke. Thank you very much, Randy. You folks may have just changed my way of living by sharing this information. How fun! How fun. Extreme Performance, I mentioned that before. I'm going to look it up because I actually don't know where that store is. Chef Calis is volunteering. What is my favorite piece of pizza? So I can send you one tomorrow. Actually, Chef, you don't need to send me pizzas, but please let us know. I went to look at your página de Facebook, and I see that you're delivering food. If your Facebook page is the way to get in touch with all the food that you're delivering, please confirm, and we will be so very happy to promote that and share that with everybody else if what you're doing is delivering prepared food to the community. We would love to support that. Mushi, I appreciate that remark, and I'm very happy to see that we're taking good care of ourselves. Extreme Performance is an excellent store on Calle Colombia. Thank you very much. I will add that to my list of exploration. Let's see what else we have. Well, I think it is Saturday. My computer thinks it is Saturday, so it must be Saturday. Sherry, thank you very much for that remark. It was such a pleasure to do the walking tours of the markets. Again, the whole idea is for us to get a sense as to where everybody else is in terms of comfort level and so forth and so on, and we can continue to make informed decisions for ourselves as to what we're comfortable doing or not doing. Um, Anyone miss a fresh light snowfall with the big snowflakes? Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I have very strange memories of shoveling, and so I'm going to say it would be nice to watch if I was there just for a day. Let's see. What else do we have? Lynn remembers the early face mask hacks. I do too, and I think we'll be laughing about this in a few years of all the crazy things we were asked to do or we were doing for ourselves during the pandemic. Um, Thank you very much for that, Stephanie. I totally agree with you. It is sometimes it's really frustrating to have to wear it, and but it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, and I'm caught up with your remarks. Jeffrey chimes in with me saying that the face masks from Costco are very comfortable for long periods. Again, I am enjoying mine quite a bit. My friend Earl from Boston, who remembers shoveling snow with me, of course I miss shoveling snow. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I actually have a shovel news item today that is not a very funny one because we have a new lady in the house. The new lady in the house is Lady Palas. Lady Palas. And the word pala means shovel, precisely. And this is going to be, well, it was shocking to me. But you know that Mexico, like many places in the world, has problems with people that disappear. And when people disappear, and we don't know where they went. Of course, this causes all kinds of grave concern with families that seek to the government, to go to the government looking for explanations and for support on finding their loved ones. Well, this mayor, this mayor, Cecilia Flores, she is a mayor in the city of Guaymas in the state of Sonora. She figured, well, I'm going to appease the mothers of missing people by giving them shovels. Oh yes, you have your missing son, You have a missing daughter? Well, let me gift you a shovel so you can continue digging so that you can find your missing person. And not only did she give missing people parents shovels, but the shovels had the logo of her city hall government. So this was considered by many extremely offensive. Imagine that you lost a loved one and somebody, instead of somebody saying, well, I'm going to comfort you with this, that, and the other, they say, here, I'm going to give you a shovel so you can keep digging, looking for your person. So this is, of course, Cecilia Flores, Lady Shovel. We are going to have to see how she fares in social media world, but so far people are not liking her comments very much. And I also, as long as we're talking about ladies, as you know, in Mexico, ladies and lords are the people that we shame. We don't call them Karens or Kens or whatever names they call them elsewhere. Here they are ladies and lords. But I want to point out other ladies that I absolutely think everybody should get to know, and these are none other than the Ladies Outdoor Club Adventures PV, or Loca. I love this group. I love this group because this is Sylvie Scapazos' project, where she takes a bunch of adventurous ladies on walking tours and places and expeditions and whatnot. And of course, I love the acronym. The acronym is LOCA, LOCA, which in Spanish it means crazy. But crazy in this case is it's a fairly positive connotation or context. You know, the crazy ladies that like to have fun. And yes, that's what Sylvie is all about. If you are a lady and you want to hang out and bond with other ladies, well, there is this wonderful Facebook page that they have put together. And they go on boat tours and they go looking at dolphins and so forth and so on. So if you are a lady living here in Banderas Bay and you would like to go out with other ladies, look at them swimming with dolphins in the wild, and they go hiking and they go places. So this is my shameless plug to this local organization because it fosters community. And I think it's important that we do that. So here you go. I am going to share the bookmark for this Facebook page so that you can have it if you want to hook up with local ladies that get together to do expeditions. A quick look at your final comments today. And I am so, yes, I would have probably done the same thing. And again, I can't imagine how this lady thought, well, this is going to be a good intention that is going to be perceived as a good intention. I mean, it really is beyond my level of understanding, particularly coming from a public figure like a mayor of a city. But I suppose that's how they learn. That's how they learn. Let's see. Candace goes, no, that is so mean. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, and you clearly agree with me. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't know what they were thinking. And I see a big shout out for local ladies. I love that. Again, this is a nice way to get together. I've been thinking of like I have enough time in my hands. I've been thinking of getting together a group of people that want to walk together, but I would not want to do it in a very organized way because there's already great groups of people that are walking together in town. So, you know, if you're feeling a little concerned about who I go with and who I meet, how do I meet friends, you know, this might be a good option for you if you're a lady. If you're a different kind of lady like myself, like if you're a gay lady, then, you know, we may be invited. Maybe they won't let us in, or maybe we just have to come up with our own little walking group. We'll have to see about that. Anyhow, this is Coffee and Headlines for today. I hope you had a good time. As always, I am grateful for your company as we collect news items for all of us to benefit from. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, as always, we welcome them on the Facebook page. And as always, I hope you will have a wonderful day. If you're in town, check out some of the farmers markets because they are, well, you saw them last weekend. I would go, but I have a ton of work to do today. But if you're able to go out there and support local vendors, it is a great way to give back to the community. So this is what we have today. As you know, tomorrow is Sundays. Tomorrow is Sunday Fun Day. And of course, tomorrow we don't talk about any serious news. Tomorrow we're going to go searching for male genitalia in a storefront wall. And we'll think of other kooky things to keep ourselves amused and entertained tomorrow. And of course, Monday, we come back with all the headlines that are related to COVID that we usually get from the Sunday broadcast that the governor gives us. And thank you very much for this tip, Anna. I didn't realize that El Arrayan was still having their garage sale. So if you're still missing some kitchen related items, El Arrayan is still having a garage sale today. Go take a look at them and go see what they have. And of course, as always, I would like to wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Have a great one.